students, our next topic is discrete memoryless channel. First of all, what is channel? Channel is if the input signal values are discrete in nature, and output channel is also discrete in nature. That is, if both the input and output signals are discrete in nature, means that is a channel. That is, input is X and output is Y. So X, Y are discrete. Okay. Next, what is memoryless channel? The output depends only on the present input. So the output Y, that will be only depends on the present input, that is X. So Y on X. This is memoryless channel. Next, we'll see the C1 block. This one is X1. This one is Y1. Next, X2, Y2. So if X1 reaches the signal Y2 and X2 reaches the signal Y1. Okay, here this is P of X1 and this is P of X2. Here P of Y1 and here P of Y2. And then we'll call this signal, this line as P of, that is Y1 X1. So Y output depends only on the present input. So Y on X means probability of Y1 divided by X1. Okay, and then next one is here. This signal is probability of Y1 divided by X2. And for this one, probability of Y2, here Y2 divided by X1. And your next one is probability of Y2 divided by X2. Okay, understood this? So this is the binary channels. Here this probability of X1 plus probability of X2 is equal to 1. Okay, and probability of Y1 and Y2. Probability of Y1 plus probability of Y2 is equal to 1. Okay, then probability of X1 and probability of X2, these are the input probability. That is transmitting. Here the P1 and X1 are the input probability, that is transmitting, and your P of Y1 divided by X1, comma P of Y1 divided by X2, comma P of Y2 divided by X1, comma probability of Y2 divided by X2. So these are the conditional probability. What is it? It is a conditional probability. And then your next P of, that is probability of y1, probability of y2. These are output probability transmitted. Output probability. Okay. Now we'll see the more numbers of inputs. Okay. If x1, x2, x3 or inputs and y1, y2, y3 are outputs. Here P of y1 divided by x1 plus P of y2 divided by x1 plus P of y3 divided by x1 is equal to 1. So for every formulas or every equations you must highlight this by boxing. Okay. Next, summation of j is equal to 1 power m probability of yi divided by xi is equal to 1. Next, P of y1. Okay, that is probability of x1 intersection of y1 plus probability of x2 intersection y1 is equal to, for this in probability of x intersection y, we will use probability of y by x into probability of x. So here x1 y1, so probability of y1 divided by x1 P of x1, and then probability of y1 divided by x2 into probability of x2. Understood? And then for same as probability of y2 is equal to probability of x1 intersection y2 plus probability of x2 intersection y2. And here probability of y2 divided by x1 P of x1 plus probability of y2 divided by x2 and your probability of x2. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay, we'll see how it comes. We'll prove how it comes in back. Okay. Up to this, have you all understood? Okay. Next, we'll write all the transaction probabilities in terms of matrix. Okay, so here next one is probability matrix P of y by x. Y by x is equal to probability of y by x is equal to probability of y1 divided by x1, probability of y2 divided by x1, etc. to probability of y power m divided ym x divided by x1, and then probability of y1 divided by x2, probability of y2 divided by x2, etc. Probability of ym divided by x2, and then etc. Probability of y1 divided by xn, probability of y2 divided by xn, etc. Probability of ym divided by xn. Have you all understood? Here y1 x1 x2 xn, x1 x2 xn, x2 xn, y1 y2 ym, y1 y2 ym, and y2 y3 y4. Likewise it will come. Okay, have you ever learned that matrices in your math subject? No, that the same way. So this matrix is called channel matrix. Channel matrix or noise matrix, or else it is a probability transition matrix. Okay, and here the same P of x1, P of y1, P of x2, P of y2. The same binary channel. Okay. Here P of y1, P of y2. We will solve how that probability of y1 and y2 equation comes. Okay, we'll solve using this. Here see P of y1, P of y2 is equal to this P of x1 into P of x2, x1 into P of x2 into P of y1. This 4 equations we saw. Here we saw that 4 equations. Now P of y1 x1, P of y2 x2. For x1, P of y1 by x1 or P of y2 divided by x1. So that will come here P of y1 divided by x1 into P of y2 divided by x1. Your next one is P of y1 divided by x1 and P of y2 divided by x1. Okay, this two. And here P of y2 divided by x2. P of y1 divided by x2, y1 divided by x2, and probability of y2 divided by x2, y2 divided by x2. Okay, let's multiply this p of x1 and probability of x1 and probability of x2 into these conditional probabilities. So these are the conditional probabilities we have shown now. We have to multiply these both input probabilities with the conditional probabilities. If we multiply this p of x to probability of y1 by y2 means what will come? Probability of x1 into probability of y1 divided by x1. So this p1 into this probability. Okay, and then this x1 into this one. So probability of x1 into probability of y1 divided by x2. P of x1, that is probability of x1 into probability of y1 divided by x1 into probability of x2. x2 into, so probability of x2 into probability of y1 divided by x2. Okay, then next one, probability of x1 is probability of here, and then here next p of x2 into probability of x2 into probability of y2 divided by x2. And then now we will separate this term, that is p of y1, p of y2. Okay, if we separate means p of y1 is equal to p of x1 into p of y1 divided by x1, p of x2, that is p of y1 divided by x2, and then p of y2 is equal to p of x1 into probability of probability of x1 means y2 x1, here y2 x1, probability of x1 into probability of y2 divided by x1. So probability of y2 divided by x1 into probability of x2 into probability of y2 divided by x2. So as per we have learnt before the equation 1 and 2, see the p of y1 is equal to p of y1 divided by x1 into p of x1. Here also p of y1, that is p of x1 into p of y1, x1 plus symbol. After multiplying we have to use the plus sign. Okay, and then plus p of y1 divided by x2, p of x2. So p of x2 into p of y1 divided by x2. Okay, this. Okay. Next p of y2. See, P of y2 is equal to P of y2 divided by x1 into P of x1, P of x1 into P of y2 divided by x1 plus P of x2 into P of y2 divided by probability of x2. Same probability of x2 into P of y2 divided by x2. Hence, we have solved the equation. Hence, we have proved the equations 1 and 2. Okay. So, these in terms of matrix form, the multiplication probabilities or the transition probability matrix. Have you all understood about this?